Maya, okay, I need you to imagine something for a second. You are in 14th century Italy. Beautiful rolling hills, vineyards, the whole thing. Now, imagine 30,000 people, basically a sold-out stadium crowd, marching into battle.
Okay, that's a lot of people for the 1300s. What are they fighting for? Gold, land, a crown?
A bucket.
Wait, what? A bucket? Like a wooden bucket you get water from?
A literal oaken bucket. It's called the War of the Bucket, Maya. It happened in 1325 between two cities, Bologna and Modena. And I am obsessed with this because it sounds like the plot of a cartoon, but it was a very real, very intense conflict.
Okay, wait, I have to stop you. You're telling me 30,000 people went to war over a piece of, well, kitchenware?
Well, okay, that's the legend. That's the hook everyone loves. The story goes that some guys from Modena snuck into Bologna, went to the main city well, and just nabbed the bucket. And Bologna was so insulted, they raised an army. It's like if your neighbor stole your favorite lawn gnome and you called in the National Guard.
That is the most petty thing I have ever heard. But you said that's the legend. What's the real story? There's always a real story with you.
You know me too well. So the reality is actually a bit more Game of Thrones-y. This was part of a massive 300-year-long feud between two factions, the Guelphs and the Ghibellines. Basically, it was a massive power struggle over who should run things, the Pope or the Holy Roman Emperor.
Ah, so it was basically the ultimate political rivalry.
Exactly. Bologna was Team Pope, the Guelphs. Modena was Team Emperor, the Ghibellines. They were like the Red Sox and the Yankees, but with more chainmail and fewer hot dogs. The tension had been building for decades. The bucket was really just the icing on a very angry cake. The war actually started because Modena captured a strategic Bolognese castle called Montevideo.
Okay, that makes more sense. A castle is a bit more war-worthy than a bucket. But how did the bucket get involved?
So, there's this one massive battle, the Battle of Zappolino. And Maya, this is the really moment of the day. Bologna shows up with 32,000 men. Modena, they only have about 7,000.
Wait, really? That's like 4-1?
Almost 5-1. It should have been a total blowout for Bologna. But, and this is the wild part, the Modenese were better organized, or maybe just more desperate, and they absolutely crushed the Bolognese army. They chased them all the way back to the gates of Bologna.
7,000 beating 32,000? That's incredible.
Right? And as a final disrespectful move, instead of occupying the city, the Modenese soldiers just stopped at a well outside the city gate, took the bucket as a trophy, and paraded it back to Modena to show off.
So the bucket wasn't the cause. It was the ultimate we won souvenir.
Exactly. It was the 14th century version of taking the goalposts home after a football game. They even put it on display in the local cathedral.
That is so human, honestly. It's a bit silly, but you can almost feel the energy of those soldiers. Before you tell me what happened to the bucket, I just want to say, if you're enjoying this dive into history's weirder corners, you should join the loop. We love having you here, and it's a great way to get your daily curiosity fix.
Yes, come back tomorrow because I have a list of weird history facts a mile long.
I don't doubt it. So, Leo, the bucket, is it still a thing, or did it rot away centuries ago?
Maya, it's still there. If you go to Modena today, to the Torre della Ghirlandina, this beautiful bell tower, you can see the bucket. Well, a replica is in the tower, but the original is kept safe in the city hall. They've kept this wooden bucket for 700 years.
That's amazing. It's like a symbol of the underdog winning.
It really is. And it even inspired this famous mock-heroic poem in the 1600s called La Secchia Rapita, the stolen bucket. It basically turned the whole war into a comedy, which is probably why the stolen bucket myth became more famous than the actual political castle dispute.
I love that. It's like history's way of saying, yeah, the politics were complicated, but remember that time we took their bucket? It softens the edges of a pretty violent time.
Totally. It's a reminder that even in the middle of these huge, world-changing conflicts, people are still, well, people. Petty, proud, and obsessed with trophies.
I think there's a lesson there. Maybe not to go to war over a bucket, but definitely to find the silver lining or the oaken bucket in a tough situation.
Exactly.
Well, I think that's our deep dive for today. I'm never going to look at a bucket the same way again.
Mission accomplished.
Thanks for bringing this one, Leo. To everyone listening, stay curious, and we'll see you again soon.
See you again. Stay curious.